his name is...
It's John Bunday. It is Thursday, the 16th of May, and RPG number 6 is finished. And it is Paper Mario for the N64. So this is a game that I've been meaning to play for decades now, because my sister had an N64 when it was released, and so I got to play a lot of the classics. And I remember this game being released, but we never got it. And it was a game that I always thought, oh, I should eventually play. And I didn't. And then eventually on the GameCube, Paper Mario Thousand Year Door got released. And then I kind of didn't really think about getting that. But then about 6 years ago, when I started looking into building up my GameCube collection, try to pick up the games that I missed the first time round. Thousand Year Door was one of the ones I did pick up. And then I'm thinking, oh, I should play that. But then, the thing in my head that says, no, John, you've got to play the earlier one first. It's in the first entry of the series before you play its sequel. So I'm like, okay. And then I just never really got around to it. And so this RPG challenge is then maybe go, okay, even though I have physically got Thousand Year Door, I want to beat the original N64 first. And now I have. I did via emulation because I haven't got the N64. And apparently I think this game is getting a bit expensive now as well. Not expensive as Thousand Year Door, but yeah. If you do want to play it, I think it's available on the Switch's Virtual Console. But yeah, so it's more of a simplistic RPG. So this is from my interpretation off the top of my head. So we had Super Mario RPG on the SNES, which was made with Square Enix, Squaresoft at the time, and then Square decided to jump ship because of the CD format and went to PlayStation. So then Nintendo went, okay, fine, we'll do this ourselves. So it is not trying to be, in my opinion, it's not trying to be Super Mario RPG. They're trying to do their own thing. So the only constant party member is Mario, and try to describe this right. So Mario is a character you have who could do lots of different things, use items and then different forms of attack. But then you also have a secondary character, which you pick these up as you go through the game. And these aren't, you might think, oh, Luigi and Bowser, in Super Mario. No. Bowser is the main enemy of the game, so he's not in your party. No, these are random, what would normally be considered, enemies of the game, but have actually, because they're trying to invest personalities into the Denians of this world. Your first party member is a Goomba. Yeah. And then another one is a Koopa Trooper, and another one is a Bomb, and so forth and so forth. But they're on your team, and they each have their own special abilities. And some of these are actually each character has a unique ability that helps you in the platforming part of the world. So even though the combat is turn-based RPGs, this is still also a platform game as well. So for example, the Goomba can't actually help you with anything platform related, but he can give you information about enemy stats. So you always see the health on the bottom once he's seen and told you about an enemy. Whereas the Koopa Trooper can at distance hit objects, and there's a fish that you could pick up. There's a fish character who could then help you swim across water, for example. So things like that to help with platforming. So it does also make you try to think about how you can use your party outside of battle as well, which is cool. And they also can get upgraded, not via leveling up through battles, but then you've got 5 special blocks that you can hit, then they actually become stronger and get extra abilities. And Mario, he doesn't level up in a traditional way. I mean, in fights you earn XP, but when you level up, it's not like you get a bunch of stat upgrades. You could pick one of 3 things to upgrade: either your health points, your flower points, which is this game's version of MP, or your badge points. So Mario, over the course of the game, can either jump on enemies or, using a hammer, hit enemies. But then you can also apply badges to yourself to also do things like give you new forms of attack, being like for like the jump or the hammer, or to give yourself extra health or extra flower points, or like if you're running low on health, so that enemies will do half damage, for example. So, but to equip more badges requires more badge points. So, generally speaking, you do not just upgrade your attack power or your defense, or nothing like that. You can get better like boots or a better hammer to increase the attack power, but general leveling up won't do these things. So it's more simplistic in that regard. But the badge system means that you can customize Mario to how you want. So you can either like try and do like increase, say, health and flower power, and that's it. Or you could try and give him extra attacks that are stronger. So yeah, it's interesting. Like say it's simplistic because Mario hasn't got a bunch of stats, but the badge system makes it more complex because you could build Mario the way you want to. Anyway. Also, I was really surprised by the humor in this game. Like, there were times I really, honestly, it may not be like full out laughter, but I've chuckled at the game's dialogue. Like, I don't want to spoil it, but I think it's worth playing, like, just to see like what the characters say and come out with. Like, the writers of this game, knew they were having a good time. Yeah, it's, as far as I could tell, this is meant to be like a stage production brought to life rather than being like, so like the characters are all 2D, like and there are signs of it being like, especially at the beginning, like it's a stage, and then like where you pick Mario's attack during battles is like a light going through something, and yeah, I definitely think it's worth playing. It took me about 20 something hours to beat, so it's not too long. You it's I was trying to get it finished, so, but that's because I'm not having much time to put into games that much. Like, I was just trying to like get through it. That's not to say it's a bad game. It's just I was like, I was ready to move on. But I'm definitely glad I played it and played it way through to the end. And I think it's a game that you should play if you're into Mario's and into RPGs. Into Mario games and into RPGs. It's fun. There's also a bunch of side quests to do as well. So it's like there is a rich world there, and I think it's worth trying out. So yeah, give it a go. Till next time.